Should you not be sleeping in your own bedchamber?
I do not wish to sleep.
You heard Mrs. Carner. That is not how it is done. We cannot...
Yes, we can. We can do whatever we want, Alice. This is our life now.
Enjoyable music, yes?
If I'm being honest, no. He had the music we heard earlier this week rearranged exactly as I imagined it.
I am not a man of many words, but I do believe in the power of a gesture.
What do you want?
Did Lord Debling propose?
What business is that of yours?
He is just not right for you, Pen.
He did not propose. In fact, he rejected me because of you.
What if I did have feelings for you?
What?
You're coming with me?
What?
For God's sake, Penelope Featherington, are you going to marry me or not?
Hi guys, welcome back to Patten Time. Thank you for joining us once again. If you have made it to episode 4 of Bridgerton season 3 review, welcome. Thank you for watching our previous 3 reviews, and if you haven't, we will link it in this video so you can go and watch it before you watch this video. Yeah, so we're going to review the last episode of part 1.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we'll go ahead and start with now Lord Debling. So obviously Lord Debling has taken quite a liking to Penelope. I mean, he already has, but this is the moment now where I can see her being my wife.
Yeah.
So he's looking to propose. He's got to get the blessing from Lady Featherington.
Yes.
And I think he actually meets with her.
Yeah, he goes later on in the episode and actually gets the blessing. Obviously, Lady Featherington gives it.
Yeah.
And then they have a little conversation of, because it seems like Penelope is hesitating, and then Lady Featherington is like, I mean, you're not actually holding out for love, are you?
Oh, right,
And so, they have their little...
should never read.
Yeah, so she makes a lot of jokes about Penelope reading too much and how the love in the books don't exist.
Yeah.
And all that. So they have a little conversation with that in terms of Lord Debling.
Yeah.
Yeah, and...
So that's all going on now, the proposal. And then, well, then we can really go into now, Lady Bridgerton knows about this proposal that is supposed to be going down.
Yeah, and she suspects Colin's feelings towards Pen.
So
which is why
she lets him know.
Exactly, which is why she reveals it.
Reveals that, there could be a proposal tonight.
Yeah.
And he was like, what? But she only just met him, kind of thing. They only just get it. It's a bit early.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And I know this is towards the end of the towards the end of the episode when they have the ball.
But a bit more on like Francesca and Lord Kilmartin. So I think at this point she's given up on Samadani. I think, and she's
not really
interested.
I don't think she was ever interested.
No, I don't think so. She's interested in Kilmartin.
Yeah.
And but it's like every time they meet, they don't have much to say. And that conversation where they were out in like the market, she was just like, you actually want to talk or something like that. And he was like, is that not our preferred way of speaking? And it's like, I'm like, well, no, it's not, because you just stand in silence. But then they had that thing. Then they heard music, and then he complimented the music. She corrected him on what she actually thought of the music. Then he was like, that's very interesting. Then he was like, sorry, I've got to go. Then he's running away.
Yeah,
and then she's just like, like, what is
and
going on?
He did explain that he's a man of very few words, and we saw it.
Yeah, he explained later.
You
just stand in silence.
First introduction anyway, because they didn't speak.
Yeah.
So, to be honest, I think it's quite cute.
Yeah, I think so.
Especially because
it's children.
Oh my days!
I don't think Kilmartin is
she's
a child.
young.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, she's young.
Yeah, it's play paintings. Like, she's a baby.
She is.
I just think it's very cute.
And she's just out. She's just come into society.
And obviously later on, he does explain why he ran off and how he altered the music to exactly how she said it.
Yeah.
And so she went home and spent the whole rest of the night playing the music he played.
That
was very sweet.
It was
that was very sweet.
And I think that's why the mum smiled the way she did.
Yes, because she knew.
With the mum, and I really do like Lady Bridgerton. With the mum,
I do.
With the mum, for her, it's not about the pressure to be married. No. It's about love.
Yeah.
It's about having a genuine connection with somebody else because of where she's coming from.
Yeah, that's
and
what she knows.
She knows. So I really liked the fact that because when Francesca and Samadani was, he came back to her at the ball and offered her lemonade. and she didn't drink the lemonade. She said, "I'm sorry, but I need to go home." Like,
Yeah.
And even everyone's, you know,
even the
queen's like, but why
she
is she
didn't
not
take the
drinking
lemonade.
Yeah. Like, everyone's vexed of the way that this is looking. And the mum could have been one to also jump on that bandwagon and be like, why did you leave him like that and whatever. But when she got back and realised, and the mum, you know, realised what had happened, she smiled because at the end of the day, for my children, it's not going to be no pressure of marrying someone for the sake of it.
Yes.
Build a genuine connection. And then if you get married, that is what I want for all my children.
Yeah.
And that is what I liked about that.
And also that was it was very nice. And also we do like Lady Bridgerton.
I like Lady
but also
Bridgerton.
because as she was saying throughout the 4 episodes, that she doesn't want to make the same mistake as she did with Eloise.
Yes.
Because of the amount of pressure that she put on
Exactly.
Eloise and doing things by the book.
And
you got to do this and that. So she and that's why she had multiple conversations with like Lady Danbury, that she doesn't want to push her how she pushed Eloise.
Yeah.
So with that as well.
And that's not genuinely her anyway. That's
No,
not
yeah.
genuinely Lady Bridgerton. Lady Bridgerton is about love.
Yeah.
Connection. So she probably learnt from her mistake, like you said, with Eloise. And she was, because with Eloise, she was out of character.
Yeah.
She was just forcing her to come out into society. Because this is what everybody does. So she
not
really,
letting her be herself.
Yeah, so she really drifted from who she was, Lady Bridgerton did.
Yes.
Because that's not what she does.
Yes.
She's always been one to push for love, push for genuine connection and
Be
all
yourself.
That. Be yourself.
Yeah.
Which is what I was gonna touch on from season 2. That there was a time where I wasn't really liking Lady Bridgerton in that way, because it was like you're pushing Eloise to be like Daphne, and Eloise is not Daphne.
Eloise is not Daphne.
And you can see that she's distressed, you can see that she's uncomfortable, and you're still pushing that. But to be honest, towards the end of season 2, Lady Bridgerton realised anyway.
Yeah.
And that's why she said, you know, I don't want you keeping things from me.
Yeah.
You know, you caring what anybody else thinks would not be you. You know, so she realised anyway. And she's now gone back, like you said, gone back to who she is, which is the pinnacle is love. And she's moved back to that in season 3. Yeah. So from what we've seen so far of Lady Bridgerton, I really like her.
Really like her.
Yeah. So we
She's
find
a consistent character.
Yeah. And just touching on Lady Bridgerton as well, it's like every episode we're seeing more of her and Lady Danbury's brother together. It's almost like they're giving us those nuggets that maybe there's something going to blossom between the two of them.
But obviously Lady Danbury and her brother don't have a good relationship.
And it doesn't seem like Lady Danbury's fond of... Because I think she suspected something about how he's acting towards Lady Bridgerton, and she probably doesn't seem impressed.
And because of his lifestyle.
Yeah.
Because she even... I can't remember exactly what she said, but she spoke about him sleeping around, basically. But she said it in a certain way, but I just don't remember.
So she doesn't seem too fond of his... interest in Lady Bridgerton,
because he approached her.
They're friends, so.
Because he approached her and said, you know what, you're somewhat of a. He didn't say matchmaker, but that's what he meant. You're somewhat of a matchmaker in
to
the
encourage
season.
it.
You know, so he was asking basically to get me out there.
Yeah.
And she was not having it.
No, she was not having it.
No.
I really do like Lady Danbury.
Yeah.
And I did have a point where I stopped liking her after Queen Charlotte, but I like her character. I like Lady Danbury.
I do.
I like her character.
I like Lady Danbury.
Yeah. So there was a lot. There's a lot of storyline from so many different members of the Ton. To be honest, so many different members.
There was a bit more on Philipa and Prudence. So we suspect that they both actually might be pregnant. Yeah. Because Philipa was like getting like morning sickness and stuff. Yeah. They're just so dumb. For me, it's like, how do these ladies don't know what goes on with ladies when certain things happen? It's like you don't know that you have a womb to carry a baby. You don't even know how to make a baby. You don't know how to consummate marriages because people still have clothes on.
And then even when their mum,
it's like they don't know nothing.
Their mum was talking to them. And then she was like, you know, when he... And then they were like, inserts where? And then the mum was like...
How do they not know anything?
Her expressions are funny.
Honestly, like the comedy with them, it was actually funny. But they talk about obviously Philipa having sickness. And the tender, obviously, so Prudence been feeling that as well. So we suspect that they both actually could be pregnant because they took like some green potion or something like that from the last episode. So so there was more storyline with them, just a little bit. And yeah, obviously we know from the mum pushing them to have an heir because obviously they want the estate, otherwise they've got nothing. So
and there was more about
Mondrich
and the wife.
Mondrich
just finding it difficult to give up the club.
And doesn't want to give up the club because he's worked so hard for the club.
Which makes sense.
It does make sense.
And this is why, and then because the wife, when they got introduced to the state, she was wearing Lady Kent's clothes, old stuff. But she was happy with the jewels, but the clothes wasn't really her style. But because this is the way it's done, then I'm just going to continue it until she made the conscious decision that no, this is not my dress sense. I don't like the dress sense, so we're going to change things up a bit. So I think the same way that Mondrich was able to give her grace on the changes she made, I think she should also do the same for him. This is something he's worked for, and now obviously it basically maybe society won't accept it, but that shouldn't matter to you because society shouldn't have accepted you changing your clothes, but you did that. So therefore, I think she should show him, exercise a little bit of grace towards him. This is his it was his livelihood, the club. This is something he's worked for. Let him have it. How much is that going to change?
And I do, to be honest, because obviously they were saying in like previous episodes that obviously because of where they are now and what they were given, that they can do like whatever they want. Because I think they were speaking to Benedict about that, about the other married couples, like a couple that's always drunk at every event and another couple that, does whatever. So like they're another married couple. So they're not like single and on the market and looking for whatever. No, they're married. You can do whatever you want.
I
think I was like Benedict, I was talking to them about it. And it's like, as you said, with her not giving him that grace, it's like, why can't he keep it? And obviously there was a man obviously in the club speaking about it as well, like if they found out that you were here, it's not really good for a man like yourself now with your rank to be to you have to give this up almost. But it's like, well, no, like, I mean, why is he going to lose the estate? No, I don't think so, because it's his son's, so he's not going to lose his rank.
Technically, it's not even his estate.
So
he's not going to lose his rank because they're not going to take it off the son.
So obviously there's a disagreement there with Mr. Mondrich and the wife.
With the two of them, they're not obviously agreeing because she went to one of the balls and he wasn't there because he was at the club. Because the club has been struggling.
Even Lady Danbury came out and said your husband should be here and you need to basically talk to him.
But then the issue happened with Lord Debling and Penelope on the dance floor. And I thought that was very sad. So very upsetting.
This was after Lady Bridgerton had told him that there might be a proposal tonight. He's now rushed to the ball, seen them dancing, interrupted the dance. And he goes with Cressida because Cressida jumped out.
Because she still wants him.
And Colin and Penelope are now dancing. And so Penelope's vexed with him at this point.
So this is where like Lord Debling actually opens his eyes and actually realizes a couple of things. Because obviously after the dance, obviously that Colin's like he's not right for you and all of that stuff and all So she eventually leaves and goes after Lord Debling, and this is where he basically says like, I can tell you have your feelings are elsewhere, your intentions are elsewhere.
And then he asked her, remember where at the house he asked her, oh, why do you like this seat?
And
she
exactly
given an answer.
You're doing it because
2 and 2 together. And
because the Bridgerton one is across the So
and this was after talking to Cressida, because Cressida was telling him that they're long-term friends, they've been friends forever, and they live across the road from the Bridgertons.
So he just put everything together,
everything came
he was basically like, I don't want to be with someone who for the rest of their lives wishes something else, like their feelings are elsewhere. He's not looking for that. And he leaves her. He doesn't obviously take back his grief. And he leaves her, and he leaves, and she obviously walks out. Crying. Colin obviously sees her, runs after her. The carriage is obviously gone already, and this is obviously leading up to the big end of this of the episode. And he catches up to the carriage, gets in, and he opens up to what he's been feeling and his feelings for Penelope. And then, we'll just go straight into the end. Obviously, opens up, and she basically says she feels basically the same, and then they have a big kiss scene. kiss scene and well
they have a big intimate
kiss
scene.
plus
It's
an intimate scene
a
at
big
the very
intimate
end.
scene.
And then after that, they stop at the Bridgerton house first, and then he like offers for her to come in.
No, yeah, we need to discuss the intimate scene.
Well, okay, I thought we were gonna finish it first, but
we need to discuss the intimate scene.
Yes, okay.
For me, there was a lot of unchaperoned behaviour in this part 1 of season 3.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is that, you know, from how I know Bridgerton, Shonda Rhimes, you know, this era is about the respect that men had for women was to a certain standard.
Yes.
And the institution of marriage was upheld.
Yes.
Now, in season 1 and season 2, when a man and woman was unchaperoned and somebody caught them, there was no discussion.
No.
You're getting married.
Yes.
Because, you know, we can't have people thinking that something happened and, you know, it was wrong. You know, this is not how the way things are done. But in this part 1 of season 3, there was a lot of unchaperoned behaviour.
Yeah.
Francesca was outside with Kilmartin by themselves. Nothing happened, but they were unchaperoned. Who else was unchaperoned?
Well, Penelope and Colin were unchaperoned on multiple occasions.
On multiple occasions. Even Penelope and Colin, that first kiss they had, they should have married after that. Because when it was
Simon and
Daphne,
Anthony,
they touched
and he was touching her.
Yeah, it was an intimate
Anthony
scene,
went
though.
livid.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
And they married after that.
Yes.
Like, so
Anthony told Simon,
Well,
you have
to marry her.
So
you're not going to dishonor my sister. And yeah.
So, well, there was a lot of dishonoring in this season 3, part 1, because where was Anthony to say that about his sister?
Yeah.
Like, where was he on his extended honeymoon?
Man.
Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it was just different. Like, in this part 1,
he was looking out for her when he was here.
Yeah.
The dynamics,
he didn't stay long.
have changed.
It was nice.
The dynamics have changed. The standards have lowered. Yeah. The characters have changed. You've changed everybody's character completely.
I agree.
It's just,
Yeah.
It's just this unchaperoning business is not. It's not what we remember. It's not what I remember from Bridgerton.
No,
because it's not the era.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why it now is.
Yeah. And then to build off of that and to discuss the intimate scene now with Colin and Penelope, the first intimate scene. So this one, I think I think we'll have to end it there, no, because that's it kind of links into anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
The way, I understand what you mean.
Yeah.
Okay, so the way it ended, after the intimacy, we'll go back to the intimacy, but after the intimate scene ended, right, he gets out of the carriage and he's like, oh, do you want to come in? So come inside, like, take my hand, come inside, whatever. And she's like, no, I can't go into the Bridgerton, the Eloise in the room. And he's just like, you know, what's it? For God's sake, woman, are you going to marry me or not?
Yeah.
Okay. So that is Colin's proposal. And she's smiling and
then it pretty much ends.
Right, and then it ends, right? So
and you can't propose without talking to the mum, so it's a bit weak. You see what I mean? The standards.
No, when he said it, I was like, huh?
Because Colin knows about the tone and the way things are done. So for you are you not going to marry me? No, this is not the way things are done.
This is not the way things are done.
You know that.
No. So this is Colin's proposal now to Penelope. And see, now me, but the way he did it was okay. Like it wasn't romantic, but it was okay. That wasn't the problem.
Yeah.
It's the fact that you've proposed to her, you've come out of the carriage after you've done your business, you've proposed to her after you've ruined her. Because that's what they call it.
Yes,
that's what they call it. You've now ruined her, you've now compromised her.
Yeah.
And what I don't understand is, you know that you've caught feelings, you know that now you're experiencing strong feelings. Why did you not propose to her before you did your business in the carriage? It was like, why do it, come out and then propose? And then it's the way it was done, because like now if we take it back to Kate and Anthony now, when Kate and Anthony slept together in episode 7 of season 2, Anthony came out and said, basically he didn't necessarily regret it, but he came out and was like, oh, I shouldn't have done that.
He recognised
and he
it.
went to her and he said, I took liberties. It wasn't the way I wanted things to go. You know, I didn't want to compromise you, whatever. And he went to propose to her, but that's only because he did it the wrong way.
Yeah.
Whereas with Colin and Penelope, they didn't sleep together, but there was no acknowledgement of what they had done. Because there was no acknowledgement of what they had done, because according to, like you said, the standards of Bridgerton and the standards of that era, you've ruined her.
Mm-hmm.
But there was no
like,
oh, we shouldn't have done that, or
we shouldn't have done that, oh, we've got to get married now, or you know.
And it's just like, but it's just, but him asking her to come inside, whatever, yeah. How does that then imply you to say, you know, are you going to marry me or not? You only asked her to go inside. How does that mean that? Why did your head now go to marriage?
Yeah.
You've only asked her to come inside. What does that mean? And whose blessing are you going to get?
Yeah.
Lady Bridgerton's not her mum.
Yeah. And
so
then it was, man.
It was weak.
You know, because why did you propose?
And too fast. It was too quick. Like, huh?
Yeah, because why did you propose? There was no explanation of why you proposed. Now, it would have made more sense if you had confessed your feelings and then proposed it, and then had your intimate scene. Because then I understand now why you're proposing, because you've just told her I have strong feelings for you.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like you've got out of the carriage, you've gone straight to proposal, and there's no explanation why you've gone straight to proposal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very weak.
It was weak.
It was very weak.
It was weak. I'm sorry. And then it's just, for me, it's like, how did Penelope become so for this? You know, yes, you love him. Yes, you love him and you have strong feelings for him, but how did you become so easy to compromise?
Like anything
so to
goes.
speak?
Yeah.
Reckless.
Yeah. How did you become that? Like, he's finally confessed his feelings for you, but why does that automatically mean, okay, we're doing this, and I'm almost allowing you to ruin me?
Like, anything goes. We could do anything.
Yeah.
Because now you
because
but
she
you,
wants him.
I thought you wanted a husband. I thought you wanted to be married, because, to be honest, if anybody now found out about this scandal, you've ruined yourself. There's no man out there that's now going to want you. You can only get Colin.
Well, that's all she wanted anyway.
No, which is true.
But just in case it doesn't.
Exactly.
You know, yeah.
So for me, I don't know. For me, to me, it doesn't make sense why Penelope all of a sudden became all for this. Even the way she was judging Prudence in season 2, when she thought that Jack Featherington compromised her.
Yeah. Oh, it's true.
Yeah.
And then you've just gone and done the same thing before a proposal.
Yep. I'm telling you, this,
you know,
part 1 and unchaperoned business
people.
was, yeah. It's not what it was, but
I mean, so yeah, that was pretty much the episode. Obviously, Benedict has gotten involved with is her name Lady Tilly. So he's gotten involved with her. Tilly Arnold. So he's gotten involved with her, but Benedict is kind of like that, because obviously in season 1 it was Madame Delacroix. In season 2 it was
artist at this
I don't know her name.
This school thing.
And now this is her. So
yeah.
Kind of normal for Benedict. But in terms of changing the characters, I would say they definitely changed Eloise, which I was not happy about, because Eloise is probably my second favourite Bridgerton from what I've seen on the screen. Mm-hmm. My favourite is Anthony, then it's got to be Eloise. But they changed Eloise's character in this season.
Yes, they did.
They changed her.
They did.
She wasn't as bold.
No.
I don't even know how to explain how they changed her, but they changed her.
Yeah, exactly.
She was different.
Looking in from the sidelines. Exactly. Don't know how to explain it, but she's not.
But she was different.
Yeah.
They obviously changed Colin's character, which, to be honest, I don't think they changed him for the better. So I didn't like his change.
No.
I guess Penelope in a way changed for the better.
Yeah.
But then in a way, But then in a way, it was like you changed in a way that it became anything goes.
Yeah, and reckless.
And
she just wants and needs a husband now.
Yeah,
she just
or wants and needs Colin.
Do anything now. Yeah.
So, so no, for the changing of the characters, I think there was a lot going on with the ton, which I think some of it didn't need to be there.
Yeah.
And it was like there was a lot going on. It wasn't central really to Polin.
No, it was everyone.
You know,
which is different to what they've done in prior seasons, in previous seasons. So
then the first half of season 3, introducing Polin and their romance. For me, I feel like they did not build it on a strong foundation.
No.
For me, they built it on something that just wasn't appealing to me. It wasn't like Simon and Daphne, and it wasn't like Anthony and Kate. I just didn't feel the love. I didn't feel the love. I wasn't connected to the characters.
No.
Nothing like that at all.
No.
So that was
Yeah.
that was that with them.
Yeah. Well, just
I think for the first half, because obviously the fact that they're releasing 4 episodes now and another 4 episodes in June, I think it was supposed to be to build that suspense. And I think the way they ended episode 4, it didn't build suspense for us.
No. I mean,
It
obviously,
didn't build suspense for us.
we'll need to see like how they go from, you know, him technically proposing, and see
and
how it goes off from there, and if they actually end up together, if they get married or whatever.
I feel like now in the next part that comes in June, we will now hear and see more of Eloise get involved.
Yeah,
because
there was
now you're actually trying to be part of my family.
Yeah.
So now it's gonna get a bit techie.
Yeah.
It's gonna get a bit techie.
And there was actually a teaser. The main thing that I took from that teaser was that Eloise actually approached Penelope and said, if you don't tell Colin that you're Lady Whistledown, then I will.
Yeah.
And I saw it and I was like, yes, Eloise.
She's gonna become more vocal now, because now he's trying to bring you into this family. So, and that's my brother. Yeah. So it was fine when you two were just friends. You know? Yeah. That was fine. But now you're trying to come into my family. Yeah. You're going to hear of me.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So well, I guess we're excited to see certain things and different parts of what they've touched on in this season in the next part, and see what Shonda has to offer us in the next part.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll just see what happens next. So thank you for watching our review, and if you made it this far, for watching all 4 and tuning in with us for our reviews. Please like, comment and subscribe if you like the video. We will link the episode 1, 2 and 3 reviews in the video anyway, so thank you guys for joining us, and we will see you for the next part. Patten time out.